Well, it's looking like for the next 3 to 4 years, we're going to be doing general freight under our own authority, hauling either a dry van, reefer, or a flatbed, at least while the Republican office is, still in power. Don't look like it's going to be any oil field or any direct contracts, probably just our DAT load board. We call the shots, solo operation. Maybe I don't really see me leasing on trucks in the future. I'm gonna say probably solo operation, maybe teaming at some point in time, or I'm not opposed to leasing nobody onto my authority. Just probably just not during the winter time, or at least not right now. But I got a 12.7 Detroit 60 series. I got a Cat engine and I got a Mercedes engine. For this particular video, I'm gonna be talking about the 12.7 Detroit 60 series that I own. Notice how I said the 12.7 60 series that I own. So let me do my disclaimer. If you are watching this video, you must understand that by no means am I trying to get anybody at all to go out there and save money to buy a cash truck. Start an authority, haul general freight, stop leasing, quit the current company you're working for. I'm not trying to give you no hope, no motivation, no nothing. I'm just talking about the 12.7 60 series truck that I own. Okay? What I would do to my truck. Now, if this video helps you, that's a totally different story, okay? Maybe you could lose, get some ideas, some clues from this video. Now, if I wanted to build my truck knowing that for the next 3-4 years, I'm gonna be going OTR. Now, when I say OTR, yes, the truck can go anywhere in the United States, but that don't mean I'm going to Oregon. That don't mean I'm going to Washington. Is there anything wrong with going to Oregon and Washington? Ain't nothing wrong with that, but here's the thing. I live in Tennessee. That's a long way. I don't have a problem going to Vermont. Have I ever been to Vermont before? I don't think I've ever been to Vermont. Vermont, Rhode Island, Long Island, New York. I ain't never delivered in New York. I ain't never been through the barrows. None of that, okay? Does that mean that I ain't got some equipment that can get up in all? We can go all over the place, okay? But that don't mean that I want to go there, okay? But if I had to build a truck knowing that for the next 3 to 4 years I was gonna go OTR with an old school truck, a 1997, or if I had a 2007, or a 2017, or 2020, or better yet, any truck with more than 500,000 miles on it. Okay, whether it be DD15, Cummins, 12.7, 14 liter, N14, 34.6B, EC, you name it, okay? Big Cam 3, Big Cam 4, 11.1, Detroit. See, it don't matter what the engine is, because it's the same process. It's the same process. It's 15 Cummins. It's the same process. The process I'm finna tell you all about that I would do with my truck is the same process with every other engine. Because they have yet to reinvent the wheel on the trucking industry. It's been the same for the last, since the 70s. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. The starter is still the same. The braking system is still the same. It's still running off air. Okay? It's the same. Same 3-4 batteries, same alternator, same starter. You're still using the same Shell Rotella oil and mower dial back. It's all the same. Full synthetic, conventional oil. Still the same. They ain't changed nothing. Nothing. Okay? Except for they didn't convince you that if you pay all this $200,000, maybe you get 10, 20, 30 miles to the gallon, and then 5. That's what they convinced you, right? But understand, I'm gonna tell you, after if you go, say you go buy a 2026 truck today, 5 years from now, you need to know that the truck they told you were getting 10, 20 miles to the gallon, they're gonna be making a video telling you how your truck is no good. Like the ET Transport. Hey, the 2026 you know, 2016. The 2016 bad fuel mileage. That ain't what they told you when I got that brand new truck in 2016, that ProStar. It was supposed to get 10 miles to the gallon. That same truck today, you know what they telling me? Man, shoot, man, that's 5 miles to the gallon. That's 5.8 miles to the gallon, 6 miles to the gallon. I'm sitting over there looking, wait a minute, my 1997 12.7, brother, we all the way up to 7 miles to the gallon if you got a tune on now. Without a tune, you still probably doing 6 miles to the gallon. Don't even get me into the tuning for better fuel mileage. Don't even see, that's a whole nother game right there. So we gotta obviously overhaul the engine. You see how nothing has changed? We back to the overhaul. So what parts would I get from my 12.7 Detroit 60 series if I wanted to go OTR, general freight, and have the least amount of breakdowns going forward for the next 3 to 4 years? What would who do? You? No, that ain't. That's not about you. I'm telling you what I would do. That's the problem. You keep hearing stuff that I ain't said. I'm talking about who truck mine, my 97. I would go on ATL diesel. The first thing I would buy is an overhaul kit. Me personally, I like the PAI overhaul kit only because they offer a 3-year unlimited mile warranty, okay? It's the only reason why they offer the warranty. If you want to know more about the warranty and how it works, you gotta go do your own research. I already done the research. You gotta go figure out why I chose that. That's for you to figure out. That ain't for me to figure out, because why? Who is this video? It's about me, ain't it? Oh, okay, just making sure we're on the same path now. So first, all about a PAI 12.7 overhaul kit on atldiesel.com. Let me get a price up. I'll put it on the screen for you guys. Now, I put all this stuff in the cart before the video, but now the cart didn't disappear. Where is the card? Come on with the card. I didn't put all this in the card. Now it's time to make the video. The whole card done disappeared. Talking about I only got 2 items. Now I gotta do this the hard way. 12.7. There it is right there. The current price, $4,394.50. That would be the very first thing I buy, okay? Along with the overhaul kit, I understand that we must buy a brand new oil pump and a brand new water pump, okay? You don't have to get this stuff aftermarket. You can get it from the dealership. I prefer just going to get it from the dealership, but you know, for the sake of this video, we'll just look at the price on ATL Diesel. And there's plenty of other places you can get, you know, the water pump and oil pump from. Fleet Pride probably sell them. Some of the places down in Texas that sell 12.7 bars, they probably got it. But let me get you some prices. Let's see. The oil pump, $486. At Freightliner, that's about the same price. And then a water pump, $324. Like I said, at Freightliner, still about the same price for OEM. I don't know if these are aftermarkets. You know, I don't know. I'm not the aftermarket or OEM guy. But definitely got to get a overhaul kit with the water pump, with the oil pump, okay? That is the absolute basics that I would do to my truck to go OTR, okay? Now, do my truck, first of all, does my truck currently need any of this stuff right now? No, okay? I forgot to put that in the video. I don't want y'all to think, oh, his truck broke down, he can't move, he doing just as bad as pot. Guys, ain't nothing going on with the 12.7, okay? I'm just making a video. Now, let's continue. If I wanted to put a little bit more money into the build, the next thing I would consider is a cylinder head, okay? Now, on here, they got brand new cylinder heads, which is just, some of them are brand new, some of them are remanufactured. With the brand new cylinder heads, I'm assuming they make brand new castings, brand new, you know, iron castings. I know with my C15, when I got a new cylinder head, it was brand new, a brand new cast that they had made. So I would go with the 12.7 fully loaded cylinder head. Current price $3,074.50. Or if you want a little bit more upgraded model, you can go with the one with the fire rings. Nothing wrong with that, but I don't think I don't think I need I don't need the stage 3, stage 4 cylinder heads. I'm good with just, the fully loaded cylinder heads, okay? I believe at Freightliner, cylinder head OEM should run you about $3,400. Back in the day, it used to only be $2,500, at least at the Tad Truck Center in Memphis, Tennessee. I understand inflation and tariffs and all that, but that's the price, depending on how much more deeper you want to go into it. Now, some mechanics will say, hey, we can just take your old cylinder head, send it off to the machine shop, get some new valves, put on all that good stuff. There's nothing wrong with that either. That'll just save you money, if you even need anything done to your cylinder heads to begin with, okay? But me, if I was doing an overhaul, I would just order all this stuff all at once anyway. So whether my truck needed it or not, like I said, it's all about how much money you want to put into the bill. Because I understand what, when you got your own authority and you're doing DAT load board, all the money that I'm putting into this overhaul, I would expect to get it back within 30 days anyway, just running the truck. So it's really just not, it's not too big of a deal for me. And I can give y'all some examples. Y'all done seen some of the people that used to be around me, you guys used to laugh at, because they come on YouTube with these $10,000 bills, and you guys are talking about who would dump that kind of money into the truck. And I understand when people come on YouTube and they presenting, hey, look, I just spent $10,000 on old school truck and trailer. It does sound like a lot and it looks like a lot, but you must understand the part that they always leave out. Oh, well, because it's entertainment at the end of the day. You hear about the $10,000 bill, but you didn't hear within 30 days they gross $60,000, and $10,000 is like a drop in the bucket. Nobody ever talks about the income. We hear about the expenses, $10,000, and see what the reason why it affects a lot of people. They hear the 10,000, they look in their pocket, and it ain't 10,000. It is nothing in there. So they like, man, I ain't no way in the world I spend 10,000. But if you found out they made 60,000 and then spent 10, and on top of making the 60,000 for the next, 3-4 years, the parts that they replace, they ain't never going to replace ever again for the next 3-4 years. They just made 60 for the first month. The next month they might make another 60, and then the next month, and then the next month. And guess what? You will see them they'll just go buy some new equipment. You'll be like, man, where they get the money from? I thought they were spending all the money on the breakdowns. Well, guys, where y'all think the money is generated? Don't worry about it. What's next? Got to get some new head bolts. They got head bolts going for $229. I would not reuse my old head bolts. Always get new head bolts. The cryogenic bolts is what I would recommend, but I don't know if they make them for the 12.7. And then, of course, a new turbo. Got to get a new turbo. I got the 12.7 1702 bore water turbo. On this website it's $1,225. The lowest I could probably get it is about $1,000. Do I like that turbo? It's cool. It's cool. Me personally, I would probably replace it. I would either downgrade to the K31, or I would get the newer turbo that Momentum Works got, just so I could have some acceleration on the front end instead of a bunch of boost at the 1500 RPMs, okay? But new turbo, okay? After that, new bore gear. A bore gear is $1,512. I know it's $1,500 at Freightliner too. I'll put a new bore gear on. Okay, new bore gear. And after that, brand new coolant hoses. You want to make sure that after the rebuild we ain't leaking coolant, because nobody replaced the old coolant hoses. Gotta put on new coolant hoses. Coolant hoses are sold in feet, so I don't know, you probably need 20 feet of hose. Cut it to the length of whatever your old hoses are. That's a job for a mechanic. But with a new overhaul kit, new cylinder heads, new oil pump, new water pump, new turbo, Probably gonna ask me about injectors. Like I said, that's up to y'all. I'll probably just use the old injectors, unless of course you can get a 6-pack of OEM injectors for. That's the problem. I don't know what the price is. I don't know what the price is. I know for my C15, one injector was $800 at the dealership, and I had to buy 6 of them. That is a lot of money. Okay. I don't know what the 12.7 injectors cost. Okay. But like I said, what's the least thing? The least amount of work I would do is the overhaul kit with a water pump, with an oil pump. That's the least thing I would do. Because you may already have a brand new turbo. You may already have a brand new water pump. Well, if you already got a brand new turbo, brand new water pump, maybe you done that 3 months ago, then that's fine. Just keep that on there. You don't got to upgrade that or replace it. Okay, I'm just assuming that all the parts are worn down and it's just time to redo the whole system so you can get 3-4 years of just straight money out of this thing. Okay. And then what's gonna come down to is, of course, you need a block cut. You got to cut the block. That's up for a mechanic to do. Block cut right now is probably going for about $1,800, probably $2,000. You got to cut the block. If you don't cut the block, don't even do the overhaul. If you don't cut the block, don't even do the overhaul. Otherwise, you're going to be doing YouTube videos talking about you and blew a head gasket. Okay? They got to cut the block. Okay? If they do not cut the block, they better have a perfect excuse why. And the only excuse is they took the tool, they measured it. I think it's called, I can't remember the tool, pictogram or something like that. I don't remember. They measured everything up top. Everything was completely flat across. But they need to show you the measurements. They need to show you doing it. Not you need to see them doing the measurements. Because if you didn't see it, it didn't happen, okay? But I would just cut the block, okay? Other than that, man, that's about all. Engine-wise, now as far as the rest of the truck, transmission, when it blows, just hire the money to put a new one on. Depending on what kind of transmission you got, they're gonna blow out to about 1,000,000 miles. Clutch, when the clutch go out, just be ready to buy a new clutch. You can get a clutch about $1,000. When it go out, it go out. Just put a new one on. Just like a tire. When the tire blow, put a new tire on. When the brakes go out, put new brakes on. Okay? Well, Andrew, what about differentials? This ain't the differential video. I don't know anything about blowing differentials. But I can tell you, if you don't change the differential oil, it's going to eventually blow. You don't change the oil in the engine, it's going to blow. So, make sure y'all changing that differential oil back there in them differentials, man. You got 2 of them. Change the oil, full synthetic. Loves do it. Speedco do it. Okay? Change the differential. That oil don't last forever. Change the coolant in the engine every 100,000 miles. The coolant will break down just like oil break down. I just did a coolant, coolant flush on my 12.7 earlier this year at Speedco. I brought them the coolant. I brought them the oil. Go and buy your own oil. Go and buy your own coolant, okay? From Walmart, so you can get the lowest price. Go get 16 jugs of coolant, 14 jugs of coolant. Go buy all this stuff from Walmart, because then it's going to be $14 a jug. You let them, I don't know what they're going to charge, but it's going to be way higher. Just go to Walmart, any Walmart, go back there in the automotive section, get your own oil, get your own coolant. That way you pay the absolute least amount of money. But anyways, man, y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. YouTube views are kind of down for this month, but last year I was banned for January and February, so I made $0 anyway, so any money is better than no money, right? So we're gonna keep this content rolling, even though all the YouTube is pretty much down. Everybody's back in school, back to work, but we're gonna continue pumping out the content, because we know when kids get out for summertime, they're gonna be ready to see these videos and the travel content. And I gotta start doing traveling videos. I'm gonna try to make trekking videos and then traveling videos. I know my traveling videos gonna get the least amount of views. I'm trying to target a different audience with those, traveling videos, so that when I do start to travel, I have, that audience come in onto this YouTube channel, so we'll see how that goes. Peace.